Recently, I got to talk about one of my favorite things, Jewish movies, with Frida Weisel on her YouTube channel. It was really interesting to see how movies about Jewishness usually have this theme of being between two worlds.
It's this tension between modernity, assimilation, embrace of the new versus holding on to the old, which feels like the most quintessential Jewish question.
In that conversation, we end up talking about many of the classics, and we saw how a lot of them had this theme of tradition versus modernity, and we explored what that meant to us. There's of course Fiddler and The Chosen, and Yentl, but there's also The Frisco Kid and The Jazz Singer and Avalon and the cartoon An American Tail. All these films we just mentioned have this theme of tradition versus modernity, but it's tied into the idea of integrating into society, and many of these films have the theme of immigration as well.
What do you think is like the most important single Jewish movie someone should watch if they have just come out of a Curious George childhood like me and they want to learn about Jewish movies? What's the one you would tell them to watch?
What I would say is Hester Street. And
Yes.
I would really recommend. Besides this theme, we also looked at other themes in movies about Jewishness, like dealing with tragedy. We looked at movies like A Serious Man, Left Luggage, Everything is Illuminated, and the Polish film Ida. We also looked at movies that depict cultural Judaism, sometimes accurately and very often inaccurately. There's the famous French film called The Mad Adventures of Rabbi Jacob. We looked at Woody Allen's classic Annie Hall, and a comedy called The Hebrew Hammer. And the final theme we looked at was romance in movies about Jewishness, like Crossing Delancey, Loving Leah, the Israeli films The Wedding Plan and Filling the Void, and the Yiddish classic The Dybbuk. So for more on this and way more, you can go check out the full thing on Frida's YouTube.